Hello peeps, and welcome back to Modded Minecraft with Nightdagger. Promised in the video that I put up yesterday that I would show you the big surprise that I was working on, and I'm going to. If you look on the minimap, you'll see next to my blood altar, there's a new room there. Well, that room is for something that I've been meaning to craft for a while. We are going to start today on Reborn Storage. Most specifically, we're going to start on the multi-block crafting. Hi, kitty. Meow. You know I'm recording, and now you want to talk. Hi. So, if you remember the original Applied Energistics, there was a multi-block... Hi. There was a multi-block crafter that you could build, that you could put crafting CPUs and crafting storage into, and that was how you did your auto-crafting. You didn't have the molecular assemblers or have to attach the interfaces to those or anything like that. You just put your patterns inside this machine and it did the work for you. Well, that's what Reborn Storage is. So, I have taken the liberty of building a new room over here. And I've also taken the liberty of putting together this. This is a 15 by 15 by 15 molecular crafting thing. The outside is crafting frames. The inside is heat conductors. So crafting frames make out the borders, up there, down the sides, around the corners, and then heat conductors go in here. Just so happens I have the last 9 heat conductors I need to finish this multi-block. Oh, I guess I only needed 7. 1193-6186. Block is not valid for use in the machine's interior. Well, let's find out what that is. $11.93. Okay, 1193, 6, 186. Here? Why is that not valid? That's perfectly valid. Oops. Maybe it's because I have to put a crafting CPU in? I don't know. Okay, so let's go ahead and come over here, and we're going to get a few more parts ready. These things must have 2 things for them to actually work. They have to have at least 1 crafting storage, and at least 1 crafting CPU. Multiple crafting storages give you more room to work with. Multiple crafting CPUs increase the speed at which it does auto-crafting. So, we're going to start off by making crafting storages. These require 1K storage parts, improved processors, and either construction or destruction cores. So, since I currently have a ton more nether quartz than I have glowstone, we're going to make half a stack of them. Or a stack of them. We're also going to make half a stack of these. Wait, what? I seriously have no glass? Well then. Let's fix that. Over here, I have a material stonework factory that I currently have to set grind, grind, grind. That is how you get silicon. If I wanted to make glass, I can make it do that by doing grind, grind, smelt instead. So let's change this to smelt. And let's turn it on. And just to speed things up, toss some sand in there, get it going. $27 so far? Yeah. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. That's what I need. So, crafting storages also take improved processors. Also takes quartz enriched iron and crafting tables. So I need a bunch of crafting tables. Which means I need to break down a bunch of wood, apparently. There, we'll just make a stack of them. And I'll also take some more of this quartz enriched iron, which I'm not sure how much I have left, so I'm going to make a bunch. Let me tell you that that thing is expensive. Because it takes 15 times 4 plus 13 times 8 of those crafting frames. It's 160 some. And then it takes 13 times 13 times 6 of these. That's a lot of crap. And these things take a lot of iron, because it takes quartz enriched, it takes iron bars, which is more iron, then it takes basic processors, which is even more iron. I had 6,000 iron. I'm down to about 1.4k. I have spent a ton of resources on this ship. 32 crafting storages. We're also going to need crafting CPUs. Crafting CPUs are glowstone, nether quartz, and basic processors. I ran out of glowstone. I want a stack of these, so... There we go. Stack of crafting CPUs. Let's go put this together. We'll drop down in here. And crafting storages. We're just going to put over here. Now, to my knowledge, you don't have to fill the entire thing. I hope I'm right. Because if you have to fill the entire thing, I'm going to tear this apart and immediately cut down on how large it is, and I'll come back and build like this thing later. Did you multi-block? You did not multi-block. Shit. So, I guess air actually isn't valid. Well then. I wasted a lot of time. Oh, and I can't even... I can't even 3x3 mine them. Okay, so, this is going to change the plan. I could have sworn you could have empty spaces in these things. I'm pretty sure in the original Applied Energistics you could. Oh, bitch. I can't mining augment this crap out. No, but I can sure mine the crap out of the stone behind it. Okay, yeah, this is a bitch. I can't believe this doesn't work. Well, this is going to be a little bit to do. As is traditional on my channel, you guys get to see the oopses. I call this an oops. Okay, for right now, I'm not going to disassemble the whole damn thing. I'm going to disassemble a large enough area that I'm pretty sure I can build the thing that I need. Not the thing that I want, but the thing that I need. So I'm just going to disassemble enough of it to get past. And then once I get this done, the other plan that I have for this episode is to show you guys a little bit more about that Nuclearcraft thing that I built last episode. Okay, so this is going to be a rather impressive monster once I actually fill the damn thing up. Oh god, I just realized how many parts that's gonna take. Because that is 13 by 13 by 13. That has to be filled with either crafting CPUs or crafting storages. How the hell? I mean autocrafting, I guess, but... Now, to my knowledge, these things don't have to be cubes either. They just have to be cuboid. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to put crafting frames down. I can do 7 that way. I can do 5 that way currently. So let's put down some heat conductors. Okay, I'm going to want to take out probably one more layer here so I can... Yeah, all the work that I put into this, I'm kind of salty. I'll admit, there's some salt going on right now. I spent a long time on this crap. I spent 3 hours putting the parts for this damn thing together last night. Okay. And I got 32 of these damn things. So that leaves me with 16 to go. How many do I have here? Well, that will work. That will be perfect. So let's put heat conductors here. Put these things like that. I need to take out one more layer here. There we go. Now I need to run crafting frames here. crafting frames up the side. To there. To there. 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 Let's go ahead and put our heat conductors in now. Builder's wand is so convenient for these things. I'm not sure what just clicked, but... Oops, no. Don't want you. Don't want you. Jeez, that's a lot of heat conductors. Need a few more crafting frames. Middle mouse button, I guess. Oops, that's not what I want. I'm using a gaming mouse now. Like an actual, legit gaming mouse. As opposed to just the Logitech POS I'd been using. Are you gonna multi-block? $1184. 6. Negative 180. Oh. That would be a problem. Now, are you going to multi-block? Yeah, you're going to multi-block. So, if I were to remove this crafting storage, put this on, and check it now, will it multi-block? It will not. So the entire damn thing does have to be full. What a pain in the ass. Okay, anyway, it's multi-blocked now. I just have a ton of shit that I can't do anything with right now. Okay. Ouch. That hurts a lot. So, I need to get to that. I need to be able to run a cable from my system to that. Am I going to do that? Well, obviously I'm going to go through the floor. That is not going to be enough. So let's craft another 60 of those, yeah. I'm just going to run it straight from the controller, I think? Yeah, I think I'm just going to run it straight from the controller. Six is bedrock level. Now, do I have to have an I/O port to connect to this thing? That's a good question. We will go straight out this way. May as well light up our path along the way. Okay, now we're getting pretty close to our blood magic room there, which I need to come back and actually do stuff with, since I spent all the time to put it together. But I have a lot of stuff that I've put together that I haven't really done anything with yet. There is my crafting frame. Okay. There we go. Go ahead and light up our life here. And let's run the cable. And will it connect like this? It looks like it will. I guess the way to tell for sure is if I can multi-block craft. So, let's try it out. We'll block that off. And I'm going to need to add... Let's see, what is it? I'm going to need a pattern grid. So I need a pattern, an advanced processor, and a grid. Grid is pretty easy if I have a machine casing. I will need a construction core, a destruction core, 2 improved processors, should just need the machine casing, and you. Give me a grid. Need an advanced processor for this. I'm going to need a bunch of these patterns. So I'm just going to make a crap ton of them. I totally did not mean to throw away whatever I just threw away, but sure, why not? Alright, let's tack our pattern grid on. Well, I guess I got to build the thing first, huh? So, grid, advanced processor, and a pattern. Gives me a pattern grid. Pattern creation. Pop that on there, and I can now put these in there. Now, what's something that I find myself needing a lot? Planks. I have a pattern to create planks, although actually I don't want that. Can you still just shift right click to clear? Yes, good. I want to tick the ore dictionary because I want it to be able to use any wood to make these planks. Now, what else am I finding myself needing a lot? Sticks. Let's just grab a piece of wood, put it in my inventory, break it down that way. So, you give me sticks. Let's do something a little more pistons. Something a little more practical. Pistons. And let's do machine frames from thermal expansion. We can do those. We just need to know how to make a tin gear. And then we know how to make the machine frame. Now, the nice thing about refined storage is if you can look it up in NEI, you can craft it. You don't have to have the things in here. Like if we look in here, I don't have any tin gears. But I can still tell it, hey, you need a tin gear to make a machine frame. This type of machine frame. Let's teach you how to make that. Flying machine? No, I don't need that. Ooh, that's a good one. Let's teach it how to make capacitors. So we need to know how to make gold nuggets. That'll teach you how to make basic capacitors. Then with that, we can create double layers. With that, we can create octadics. Nice. Okay, with these things, all we have to do is come over here to our somewhat pathetic little pattern crafter. Man, I was still looking forward to having just like this gigantic monstrous, hello, I am a room of crafting. But I don't feel like building all the parts to fill this monster. So, put all our patterns in there. I've got 32 pages, by the way. So I'm not going to run out of room in this thing anytime soon. Now let's come over here and say, okay, I need a bunch of sticks. Like a bunch of sticks. There's a bunch of sticks. That's not enough sticks. Make me 704 more sticks. That is so fast. I love it. Pistons. Got 7. Make me 32 more. Like, almost instantaneous. I love that. Okay. So, that's basic crafting setup. I don't have everything lined up. Like, I still need to get all of this cleaned up, and I want to get this cleaned up and have different machines like on their own blocks. But I haven't gotten around to it yet. So sue me, I'm lazy. But I'm not ready to quite do the processing autocrafting yet because it requires my machines to be in their final homes. So I'm not going to worry about that at this particular moment. What I am going to do is I'm going to show you some things that I discovered about that. First of all, there's no fuel in it right now because I burned up all of my TBU. And I also burned up some LEU-235. LEU-235 is uranium-238 and uranium-235. 1 piece of uranium-235 to 8 uranium-238. Uranium-235 and uranium-238 are made from uranium. You can also make L235 oxide, but we're not quite ready to get into oxide fuels yet. There's also HEU-235. HEU-235 is just more uranium-235 and less uranium-238. Well, there's a problem with this, though. Now, you know I'm recording, and you're being a little minx. You can see here, the base power, 480 RF a tick. The base heat gen, 300 RF a tick. As compared to LEU-235, now, which is 120 RF a tick and 50 heat a tick. Just for giggles, let's do this so I can show you how bad an idea this is. I'm going to go ahead and get some more uranium processing through my fuel processor, or my isotope separator rather, because I'm going to need it. I'm also going to turn the lever off on this thing because I don't want this to run right now. I'm actually even going to break the lever off. I don't want any chance that this thing's going to turn on. Because if I put this HEU, high energy uranium, 235 fuel in here, it's going to put out 10,880 RF tick, but I'm going to generate 3,080 heat per tick beyond my cooling. This generates about 10,000 heat a tick in this reactor design. Unfortunately, there's no way to get that out of here that I know of. Other than break that and replace it. That cleans it out. We can put the lever back on now. By now, I should have quite a few isotopes. So we will take some of this tiny uranium and make some more uranium-235. We're going to make a couple of LEU-235 fuel pellets. And we're going to pop those in here. Now, LEU-235 produces 2,720 RF a tick, and I still have 5,000 heat buffer. So that's good. This thing has also been running perfectly well at about 4.7K a tick. I've burned through almost a stack of fuel. I did make a change to this. I've actually isolated these two reactors from my main base power. And I have a new flux plug on here called mining power. That is connected to this quantum quarry right here. So this thing is now running constantly. As long as I have fuel in one of those reactors, this is running. And it is producing resources for me, basically infinitely. As long as I get fuel, it'll run. Now, I do have some depleted fuel in here. Let's see what we can do with that. I've got 7 pellets of depleted TBU, and I've got 6 pellets of depleted LEU-235. These things can be broken down in something called a fuel reprocessor. You can also melt them or fluid infuse them if you want to get oxide or if you want to get molten depleted. I don't see a purpose. So let's make ourselves a fuel reprocessor. This is going to take some basic plating, which I've got plenty of, some tough alloy, a machine chassis, a boron ingot, and a linear actuator, which is just some ferroboron, some steel, some copper, and a piston. I don't have any ferroboron. I can make that, right? Yeah. I can make that. Oh, ferroboron is just steel and boron. Yeah, I don't have any of that. No, I do. Still got some thorium-230 in here, but I don't think you can actually do anything with thorium-230 except make depleted blocks. Okay, there's my linear actuator. There's my machine chassis. And there's my fuel reprocessor. We're also going to want quite a few of these speed upgrades. I'm impatient. We're going to get 32 of them. Picking up the pieces. Fuel reprocessor. I really need a better home for this stuff. So we'll put the fuel reprocessor there. We'll put 32 speed upgrades in there. And we'll toss our depleted TBU in there. That is going to produce tiny clumps of uranium-233, tiny clumps of uranium-235, tiny clumps of neptunium-236, and tiny clumps of neptunium-237. Toss our depleted LEU in there. That's going to give us plutonium. Sweet Neptune and criticality. Okay, so uranium-233, uranium-238, actually what I should do is I should just toss all this stuff in and then filter tiny and just do it that way. Okay, so 30 neptunium-237. Bunch of a bunch of uranium-238. We've got a little uranium-233. Well, we're about to have a little more. That's good. Tiny clumps of neptunium-236. Plutonium. More plutonium. Charcoal and uranium-235. And thorium-230. May as well make thorium too. Alright, let's see what we can do with our new fuels. What is Neptunium-236 used for? It can be used for LEN-236 fuel, which produces, I believe, less power than uranium-235. And HEN, yeah, I believe that these are producing, let's see, Neptunium-237 and Neptunium-236. Those, I think, are producing less power, but over a longer time. So that's my Neptunium-236 and 237. What about the plutonium? LEP fuel. Shorter burning, but hotter and more power. And HEP is holy crap. Yeah. Then uranium-233 can actually be used to make LEU-233 fuel, which is a slight increase in power, the same heat, but less process time. So it burns a little hotter, or it puts out more power, but it burns up faster. It doesn't burn any hotter, it just burns faster. Out of all of those, I think I'm going to want to process up some LEP-241. But I don't have enough plutonium. Wait. I need plutonium-242 to make that. How do you get plutonium-242? Isotope separator. Ooh! I can isotope separate plutonium. Or fuel reprocessor, HEU-235 or LEU-233. Well, it looks like I'm making LEU-233, huh? Let's make some LEU-233. So, uranium-238 and uranium-233 gives you LEU-233. Yoink. And I can actually get some more uranium-238s. Right here. Do I have just a plain crafting table? I do. Good. Oh, that's actually a lot of uranium-238. Yoink. 12 pellets, okay. Neptunium. Okay, what does the depleted LEN-236? What does that give when run through the reprocessor? Plutonium-242 and Americium-242. So I'm going to want to get some of that too. It's going to be 237 and 236 for LEN-236. Only 3 pellets worth. Shit. Okay, well. And we've already almost burned through my LEU-235 here. So, for the record, for point of reference, this was the stats for the LEU-235 that I'm burning up. 60 minutes, 120 RF, 50 heat. This is going to be 144 RF, 60 heat, but 53.3 minutes. It's going to burn faster. And mind you that the base process time is assuming 1 cell. I have 12 cells in here, so it's going to burn 12 times as fast. What I might eventually do... There we go. Let's turn this off and make sure the fuel's safe first. It should be. There's no reason this should not be safe. Yes, 3,264 hour tick. Burning with a heat buffer of almost 5,000 RF. Nice. It is going to burn a lot faster, but that's good. That gives us what we need to get started getting some of the higher tier fuels. We're going to put all this stuff. Can I say it's just really weird that I can sit here and hold nuclear enriched fuel in my hands and not have any problems at all? Yeah, but thank you guys for watching. This has been Nightdagger with episode... What was this? 23? I can't remember. Episode something of Modded Minecraft with Nightdagger. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'm going to do some more work off camera, and we'll be back next week with another episode. Catch you later, peeps.